Hello. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I really appreciate it. In today's pro tips video, I'm going to cover a pose, an arm balance called Pincha Mayurasana, which comes from the name of a peacock feather pose. So, and the name of the pose comes from the position of the body when it's in the pose. It's kind of a curve exactly like a feather. So I'm going to discuss that in detail in just a bit. But before we get started, let's open up the shoulders a little bit just to prepare us for the pose. So I have a couple of really nice shoulder openers that are my go-to shoulder openers and therapeutic exercises for shoulders. So the first one will just be bringing the palms face up and bringing the forearms together. And then take the knees slightly behind the hips and move forward just a little bit. And then we're going to shift the hips back towards the heels. And this external rotation of the arms is creating a widening in the upper back, and this is what we're going to need for the pose. All right, take a couple more breaths. Oh, that feels good. All right, come back to center. The next one, palms face down, arms shoulder width apart, parallel. And we're just going to lift onto the fingertips. So my elbow stays down, fingertips lifted, wrist is lifted. Okay. So the key is to not let the fingers, the elbows, or the elbows move, or them to slide out. Take the knees slightly behind the hips, and then we're going to sweetly sit back. Now you want to take this one slow. You're stretching out your rotator cuff muscles. These are very, very tiny muscles, and they're easily pulled. Okay. So you just chill, take it easy. Good. All right, come back to center. All right, so I'm going to cover the foundation first of the pose, the foundation and the form. All right, so I'm going to face you just so you can actually see what I'm talking about, and then I'll face the other way so that I can show it from two angles. When you come onto your forearms, you want the arms parallel. So when we start to go into the pose, typically what happens is the hands will slide in. This comes from tight shoulders. Okay. So you want the forearms in line with the shoulders, parallel, fingers pointing forward. Now you're going to do your best to keep the hands from sliding. If you're sweaty or something, this might be a challenge, but again, just do your best, okay? The next position is that once we have the forearms in line with each other, so they're parallel, fingers pointing forward, we want the shoulder over the elbow. Now this line is crucial. Okay, so once we start to go up, there will be a tendency, especially if you don't have the strength, to collapse forward. If you collapse too far forward, there is a thing called the ground, and your face will hit it with a velocity that will surprise you, okay? Don't do that, okay? So we're gonna take it in stages, so everybody has a stage 2 workout. So stage 1, we just check it out. We place the forearms parallel, shoulders above the elbows, and we lift the hips up. Now we're going to stay looking forward between the hands, and when we start to go up, the legs will have to go a little bit further back into the back plane in order to compensate for the head position. Walk the feet forward and just see if you can sustain the shoulder position. Stage 1, just lift the leg like this. Boom. Strong lift, shoulder steady. Let's switch the other leg. Left leg up. Deep breaths. Release, bring the knees to the floor. Sweet. No drama, no big deal, okay? Leg lifted, shoulders right above the elbows. If you find that you're sliding and you're starting to shift forward, then you just work on this stage until you can hold it steadily, okay? Now stage 2, we're going to start to kick up. If you're at home, please use the wall. When using the wall, imagine that there was a wall right at the edge of my mat. I'm going to bring my fingertips pretty damn close, even touching the wall, okay? And then you're going to lift the hips. I'm going to slide back just so I can be in the frame. Fingers right at the wall, hips up, shoulders above the elbows, forearms parallel. And then the same position. This time when we lift the leg up, that leg that is lifted will lightly hop to touch the wall. 1, Do it 3 times. 2, 3. And release. Okay? That's stage 2. Again, use the wall. You can also use a partner. The key is that leg that's kicking, you want to keep it straight. And this will also allow you to make a strong, steady contact to the wall or to a partner if you're using somebody else at home to hold you. Now, stage 2, we're going to go up one leg, and then the second leg will come up to meet the first leg. Okay? Let's call it 1, 2. Now, the key is to go up with control. If you're not going up with control, that's generally a sign that your body's a little bit unstable and possibly not strong enough yet. It's okay. Just whatever stage you're able to be stable and steady, that's where we want to work. Okay? Let's do the second stage. This is stage 3. Third stage. Okay. So shoulders above the elbows, hips up, forearms parallel, fingers pointing forward, and fingers at the wall if you're at home. Well, you're at home because you're watching me. Take the right leg up or left leg, whichever leg you kick first with, and we go up, then the second leg comes up to meet. If you're at the wall, both legs are at the wall, okay? And you just hold it. If you feel the shoulders start to collapse forward, boom, bring your feet down, sit it back, okay? Once the shoulders start to collapse forward, that momentum will happen very quickly, and your face will meet the ground, okay? We don't want that. All right, so now we're going to go into stage, I'm losing count, stage 4, all right? So this is much more advanced, and the reason why we're actually looking forward is actually to help calibrate our balance. It's much easier to know where we are when our head is facing the position that it's used to facing, eyes forward, and the world looks normal. Now we're going to bring the head neutral so that the legs are also neutral. We're going to be in a straight line. So you'll only do this if you can balance the stage 3 on your own, okay? This one is much, much harder to balance, but let's try it. I'll show it to you anyway, and then go ahead and practice whichever one is challenging you. All right, we're going to bring it down. We start the same. Forearms parallel, fingers pointing forward, shoulders directly above the elbows. Lift the hips up, walk the feet in, and then we're going to kick it up. 1, down, whoa, legs at the wall. Okay. Now I'm going to start to pull my head neutral. So when the head is neutral, the legs can be more vertical. Now I'm hoping not straight up and down. Okay. Then I bring my head back through, take the legs back slightly to counterbalance. If you're at the wall, don't touch the wall. And then you lightly step down. And voila, that's it. So Pincha Mayurasana, it's a forearm balance and arm balance in classic pose. But thank you so much for listening. I hope that helped you a lot. And remember, live your truth. Have a fabulous day. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you. Bye-bye.